So yeah, thank you for helping me out with my problems.
I'm Bert.
Hi, Bert.
And I have a problem. My friends and flatmates have tried to help me countless many times, but it doesn't work in the end. All my dreams and hopes keep fizzling out, and I'm really lost.
How can we help you with this, Bear?
Well, every time I try to start a fire, it just, I can't get the big blocks of wood hot enough to actually start a big fire. And I'm lost. I don't know what to do.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, we live here. And the best place to build a fire around here is in our barbecue. Here's the plan. Alright, so our barbecue kind of looks like this, and it has holes drilled at the bottom to collect the ash. They're like right over here. Blah, 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 blah. And so what we're planning on doing is taking a hose, and we're going to attach this hose to one of those foot pump things that you can get to pump up your air mattresses and stuff. And then what happens is when you step on it, this contracts, pumps air up the tube and into the fire, and hopefully it becomes a really big fire. Good. Okay. Foot pump. Straight. That's a. Yeah. Oh, yes, thank you. Do we have a plug? Hello and welcome to this really basic science lesson that we threw into the video to see if we can reach the 10-minute mark. Today's lesson is about fire. Lesson 1. How does fire work? Well, the fire works like a fire triangle. There's oxygen, heat, and fuel, and you need all three of those things to build a fire. If you take away one of the things, then the fire doesn't work, because air is made of only 20% oxygen and 78% nitrogen. It's also made of 1% carbon dioxide, neon, helium, hydrogen, and the Axe body spray from high school bathrooms. Nitrogen is used to put out fires, and so what we need more oxygen in the fire to create more heat, and so it doesn't starve itself. Okay, so we've made some revisions. Instead of a foot pump, we are now using an electric pump that pumps 140 liters of air per minute, and then we're going to just use a copper pipe to connect the two of them. And that'll turn our barbecue into less of a fire and more of a forge. So, new challenge, let's melt some beer bottle caps. Science. And we're walking to the store because Baird forgot his bike at the station. Yeah, possibly, but I don't know. What is this? That one's that expensive. This one is the smaller unit. This is the one we need. Okay, so earlier on in the video we said we were going to be melting beer bottle caps. However, there was a problem with this because we thought that these were made of aluminium because it's cheaper. But if I grab my portable magnet over here, as you can see, this is not the case. So we've invented our patent-pending temperature sensor of science. Now we have an item on the top and the melting temperature on the bottom. We're going to start out with 60% tin, 40% lead solder, which melts at 190 degrees Celsius. Next we have an aluminium can, which melts at 660 degrees Celsius. And the rest is kind of self-explanatory if we kind of slide along here. Oh yeah, and then way over here we have this. Just not sure where this fits in the scale though. Lesson 2. How to build a fire. There are 3 kinds of wood. There's tinder, which is the smaller stuff. Then you have kindling, which is the slightly bigger things. And then you have fuel, which are the big logs. And you need a very high temperature to get the fuel to burn. And we have 3 types of good fire building techniques. This one is the one we're going to be focusing on today. This is the Universal Engineering ASMR. More duct tape. Okay, so this is the part of the video where we tell you this is actually not a good idea. Safety third, but safety is still important. We have Wendy the water bucket standing by, and we have one of those units. Between the 5 of us living in this house, we have 2.5 engineering degrees and a whopping 15 or so brain cells, which, in the wise words of Bertie boy, it may not sound professional to you, but it certainly is qualified. Please do not try to do this unless you know exactly what you're doing. If you do, have fun playing with fire, kids.
De dingen staan niet aan.
No,
De pipe.
the pipe is done yet.
I wonder if it actually does help now at the moment.
Ja,
Oh yeah!
Oh!
Holy shit! Holy fuck! It actually works!
It's that easy.
Look at it go! Look at it go! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Go! Come on! Look at it!
Bijna uitgedragen van gaatjes.
It melted! It's at 190 degrees! The solder is right here at the bottom. Aluminium can time. Oh wait, what the fuck? Yeah! The aluminium can melted. Oh, it's completely melted. Okay, so that proved we were successful. We reached 660 degrees Celsius, which I didn't think we were going to. But the aluminium can melted and the solder melted, so that's a bonus. And it started our block of wood. So Bert's happy. Right, Bert?
And there's fucking smoke.
And there's fucking smoke everywhere. Alright, so this is... Oh, wait a second, I'm not wearing the same shirt. Hold up. Continuity. This has been a great proof of concept. This is what's left over from the aluminium cans. It works really well. It's also very dangerous, as you can see. But I mean, today we grilled sausages on it, so that was good. Took like 5 minutes. It was great. Why is ending videos so hard? I think I'll just like cut it off at some point in the middle of a sentence or something. We'll see. Oh, and one more thing.
Wow.
I got so disappointed by the premise of this video. Oh my god!
That's the map, everybody.